What if a group of so-called barbarians outsmarted the greatest military power on Earth, turning its own armies against each other without fighting a single battle? This is exactly what happened in 350 CE when Germanic tribes pulled off one of history's most brilliant strategic deceptions. We're in the middle of the 4th century, along the Rhine frontier of the Roman Empire. The empire stretches from Britain to Mesopotamia, but cracks are showing everywhere. This is the world of late antiquity, where Rome faces constant pressure from Germanic tribes across the Rhine and Danube rivers. The key players in our story are the Alemanni, a confederation of Germanic tribes living in what's now southwestern Germany and Switzerland. Across the river stand Roman forces, but Rome itself is dangerously divided. Emperor Constantius II rules from the east, while his general Magnentius has just seized power in the west, assassinating Constantius's brother Constans in January 350. Here's where it gets interesting. The Alemanni have been watching Roman politics carefully. They see an opportunity that's too good to pass up. 2 Roman emperors now claim legitimacy, and both desperately need military victories to prove their strength. The Germanic chieftains devise a plan that's as simple as it is brilliant. The Alemanni begin sending diplomatic envoys to both sides. To Magnentius in Gaul, they hint at supporting his claim to the throne. To Constantius in the east, they suggest they might recognize him as the true emperor. They play both sides perfectly, making each Roman leader believe the barbarians could tip the balance of power. Magnentius takes the bait first. Desperate to secure his western frontier before marching east against Constantius, he offers the Alemanni generous terms. He pulls troops away from Rhine fortifications, weakening the border defenses. He even promises territory and gold in exchange for their neutrality. The Alemanni nod, smile, and agree to everything. Meanwhile, Constantius receives similar messages from Alemannic envoys. They tell him they'll refuse to help Magnentius if he marches against them. They suggest they might even attack Magnentius from behind. Constantius, believing he's secured a strategic advantage, feels confident enough to engage Magnentius directly. By late 350, both Roman armies are marching toward each other. The stage is set for civil war. Magnentius moves east with his legions. Constantius advances west with his forces. The Alemanni watch and wait. They've successfully convinced both Roman leaders that the Germanic frontier is secure. The 2 Roman armies finally clash at the Battle of Mursa in September 351 in modern-day Croatia. It becomes one of the bloodiest battles in Roman history. Ancient sources claim that over 50,000 soldiers die in a single day. The historian Zosimus later writes that this battle destroyed the strength of the Roman legions and opened the way for barbarian invasions. While Romans slaughter Romans hundreds of miles away, the Alemanni strike. They cross the Rhine in force, facing minimal resistance. The fortifications Magnentius weakened stand nearly empty. The troops Constantius pulled from the frontier are dying at Mursa. Germanic warriors pour into Gaul and Raetia, raiding settlements and capturing territory. The deception works perfectly. By the time news reaches the surviving Roman forces, the Alemanni have established themselves deep in Roman territory. Neither Constantius nor Magnentius can respond effectively. Constantius is busy pursuing his rival, while Magnentius is in full retreat after his defeat. The immediate consequences are devastating for Rome. The Rhine frontier collapses. Roman civilians flee their homes. Germanic settlements appear on what was Roman soil. The empire loses control of regions it had held for centuries. Even after Magnentius commits suicide in 353, Constantius struggles for years to restore order. The long-term impact reshapes European history. The Alemanni establish a permanent presence in former Roman territories. This marks a turning point in the slow transformation of the Roman West. The battle losses at Mursa severely weaken Roman military capacity. Future emperors never fully recover the manpower lost in this fratricidal conflict. The Alemannic deception demonstrates that military might means nothing without political unity. These Germanic tribes understood something crucial about their powerful neighbor. Rome's greatest weakness wasn't its armies or its walls. It was the ambition and division within its own leadership. The Alemanni simply held up a mirror to Roman dysfunction and watched the empire tear itself apart. So next time you hear about barbarians at the gates, remember this story. Sometimes the real barbarians aren't the ones outside the walls, but the ones inside fighting each other for power.